Well, hello and welcome back to Sane Sunday Live, where we have awesome people in the chat like reviewing, playing, and more RPM. Great to see you. On this show, we always go through the calendar events to shout out some of the local car events, especially the ones that support children's and veterans charity. And we go through the hashtag Insane Friends live calendar and shout out all the people participating, all the great people and the Insane Friends participating in the Marathon of Lives that we do every week. It starts right here with Saneauto at 7:30 every Sunday. And then immediately following us, you can go hang out with the guys, all our hashtag Insane Friends, at Gregory Salvatore's Live. And right after that, Monday night is ATRA Adventures at 9 p.m., followed by Tuesday, Bubsification at 9 p.m., and then the hashtag Insane Friends show on Wednesday nights at 7:30 on Sane Enterprises channel. That is our other channel. And followed by the same night, Wednesday night, Muscle Car Appraisal at 9 p.m. Thursday night is Dorito and the Lucha Cabra at 9:30. Followed by Easy 2 Tips and Tricks, etc., etc. They are on California time. So here on the Eastern Coast, Eastern Standard Time, that would be 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And then on California time, that is 6 o'clock. And Easy 2 Tips and Tricks, etc. is at 7 o'clock. And then Saturday, we have Choppers Rule 1 at 6:30 p.m., followed by Fab Automotive Detailing at 9 p.m. The third Sunday of the month, you can catch Tim Bearden, the founder of Hot Rod Magnets, on at 4:30 on Sundays. Hey, Camaro time! It's great to see you here too. After we do all the announcements, then we do car trivia. Tonight we are doing NASCAR trivia. And if everybody likes that, we may try to do that for a couple of weeks. We're trying to find some trivia that some car trivia that the audience has an easy time getting, but not too easy. You know what I mean? We don't want the questions to be too easy, but we don't want them to be too hard. We want it to be fun. So,
I don't understand any of the questions tonight. Oh, shut up.
She's talking to her computer. The July, we have the 13th is from 8 to 2 p.m. Well, from 8 a.m. on Saturday to 2 p.m. on Sunday is the Southern Tradition Car and Truck Show in Canton, Georgia. Welcome to the chat, Gregory Salvatore. If you missed it, we just went over the hashtag Insane Friends live calendar, and Gregory Salvatore is on right after us at 9 p.m. every Sunday. There will be at the show on the 13th of July in Canton, Georgia, the top 35 awards, best of each category awards, and club participation award. Then in August, the first weekend in August, the 3rd, will be at the Cruisin' Chatsworth Car Show from 9 to 3 p.m. at the Tractor Supply in Chatsworth, Georgia. King and Queen of the Car Scene will be there personally. We'll have our booth set up, and we will probably bring some of our own personal vehicles.
I think I will be taking a nap that day. Thank you.
This car show benefits the Bagley Middle School football team. So hopefully we can raise enough money to get them all all those kids some football team jerseys.
Yeah, it would be pretty bad if kids didn't have that helmet thing going on for them. There's enough problems in the world.
Or if they had all different colored jerseys and helmets.
Without that happening, there's a whole lot of problems in the world.
Anyway, the 17th of August, on the same day, 17th of August.
Camaro Time says he has a mail time video coming out.
Awesome. That's very good.
Yeah. Those are always fun.
Any idea which day of the next week it'll be coming out? I'm assuming it's next week. Time to Shine will be from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the North Georgia Fairgrounds in Dalton, Georgia. On the same day will be the 14th annual St. Jude Children's Hospital Car Show, put on by Roy Davis in Ringgold from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. So we always love to go to the Time to Shine shows, and we film there, and lots of a very wide variety of cars, but so is the St. Jude's. But we prefer the Children's Charity and the Veterans Charity car show, so guess which one we're going to have to choose, since they're both on the same day this year.
Okay.
We will be at the St. Jude's car show, and we will be filming that, so look forward to some videos of that.
What live? Maritime said probably during the live. What live?
There's a live every night of the week.
Yeah. Is Camaro Time gonna do a live?
Oh, that would be an event.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the 24th of August, there will be the 3rd annual Summer Meltdown at the North Georgia Fairgrounds. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That one was canceled.
Oh, and ours on Wednesday?
There is the Cars for Kids 1 to 5 at 20 Eagle Parkway Northwest in Adairsville, Georgia on August the 24th. So enough with the announcements. That's far enough ahead in the future of car shows and cruise-ins.
Oh, he says tonight.
Tonight.
He's going to do it in our live.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how that's going to work. Do you want to jump on the screen? You're always welcome.
Yes, you are.
We'll send you a link, and you can come on in.
Our first trivia question, for those who want to participate and play. There's not that many rules, but one of the rules is that once you've won and been put on screen share, your channel's been put on screen share.
What is that blue box up there saying?
The rest of the questions let somebody else answer so that they can get a chance to be on screen share too. Yes. NASCAR trivia. Yeah, see, not only does that make it fair for a lot of you people that just happen to know all the answers to the questions, it also makes it fair for those of you who are not Camaro time, who knows everything there is to know
Yeah.
about cars, and especially NASCAR. Oh, and albums.
Awesome. Hi.
And good music.
How you doing?
ODST Banjo, hey, great to see you here. Welcome to the live. And Macon Tracks is here too.
Enjoy yourself.
Wow.
Okay.
We got a full house of great people tonight.
Oh my goodness, and only 4 people like us.
So the very first question on car trivia tonight is,
hi, review and play no more. I'm sorry I didn't see you. And I didn't say hello properly to Camaro time. Hi. Making Tracks. How you doing? Come on in. Yeah, there.
ODST Banjo.
And ODST Banjo. Awesome to see you again. And who else? Oh, and Gregory. Hi,
yes,
Greg. How you doing?
Too.
Wow, this is awesome. Okay.
Can I tell them the first trivia question now?
Maybe.
Okay. Where was the very first NASCAR track?
Over
and
there.
Of course, it's kind of over there. It is. It's right over there on the other side of those mountains and a little bit further.
And then maybe to the left a little bit.
No, pretty much that way.
You go that way, but then you turn left.
After a bit, yeah.
See?
because it's still there. Well,
Daytona?
Sorta.
No.
Sort of. It's a lot closer to Camaro time. Okay, we should preface this with what is now known as the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. This is NASCAR, and I should take that because that is arguably, Daytona Beach is arguably the first track. And although officially the first track is in Charlotte, North Carolina, the first race was in Charlotte, North Carolina of NASCAR after NASCAR was formed. The first race with the guys who were involved in forming NASCAR actually happened in Daytona before NASCAR was actually formed, which was all within 2 years.
Wow.
But technically,
I feel
Charlotte was the first track and the first race because NASCAR wasn't actually formed until after that first race in Daytona Beach. Choppers Rule 1. All right.
Yeah,
good
that's
to see
what
you.
I was saying. You didn't hear me? I told them, hi, how's he doing?
No, I can't hear when I'm
Awesome.
running my mouth about NASCAR. The ears just kind of turn off.
Anytime I'm
All I hear is vroom, vroom, vroom.
anytime I'm talking is that. He can't hear this voice anymore.
Yeah, Charlotte was the first stock car race. Yeah, fully stock car race, because that one wasn't really technically a stock car race. Breezy's Bike Shop. Hey,
Wow,
good to see you in the chat.
Awesome. Breezy's, how you doing? Come on in, sit a spell.
So, Camaro time gets it. And I guess we all now know there is a little bit of controversy about this.
I'm gonna ask Camaro time while we have him on screen share if he was wanting to come into chat and do his mail call. Because he can do that if he wants to. And he'll get practice doing a live. It's been a long time since he's been on live.
Where is Camaro time?
It's still me.
Still you?
Yeah, I'm still there on the.
I think I've got it on screen share, and I got Camaro Time's channel up.
Yeah, there's something going on there. Bottle caps!
Camaro Time has a lot of really good coverage of the car scene in North Carolina. Which, for Charlotte, North Carolina, and Daytona Beach, Florida, both have a claim to the.
do that, but he doesn't want to because he never shows up. When I ask him to come on live, then he stops showing up in chat even. So I think he's scared of it.
Okay. Congratulations on hitting 3,800, almost 3,900. The growth is accelerating. Can't even keep up with how
Chopper
the growth
says
anymore.
that his live stream had finished on Sunday morning in Australia time. That he's looking for another day to do it.
Oh, we're looking for another time slot?
Yeah.
Well, I've been still announcing you as our USA Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. on Saturdays, which coincides with Sunday morning. So let me know when you pick out a time, and I will put you on the calendar. And just in case, right now, I'm going to take us off screen share for a second and let you get a look at the calendar. And also look on our Facebook, Saneauto Facebook page, and there is a copy of the live calendar right here. And you know, look at these times when everybody's on. Most people are on at 7:30 or 9 o'clock at night. There's still a lot of days open. Like even Friday, there's nobody on, and most days there's nobody on until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so this is all Eastern Standard Time. So I know it gets kind of timey-wimey with trying to translate that to Australia time, but we have the Google. We all have that internet Google translator that you can.
He says he'll let you know what day he'll be on.
It sounds great, and we'll get you on a different spot on the calendar. And
Camaro Times video just went live.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got something to look forward to after the live. I don't have to watch my cartoons. I can watch Camaro Time and not cartoons tonight.
Yeah, we'll get you on a new time slot there. Choppers Rule 1.
Oh my goodness.
And y'all can look forward to seeing when he's on, when his new time slot is on the new calendar. I will be putting it on the Saneauto and the Sane Enterprises Facebook page. If you're not already added to the Sane Enterprises Facebook page, let me know on Facebook, and I'll give you an invite to there. The Sane Enterprises Facebook page is for you guys on YouTube only, whereas the Sane Auto Facebook page is for all kinds of car people everywhere. This way we can share our videos with each other and our video ideas and our channel growth ideas with each other on Sane Enterprises. And we have that smaller, tighter group.
Refresh on his channel.
Whereas Sane Auto, you can share your links to your videos and to your car shows and cruise-ins and stuff like that, and get maximum exposure and get the maximum amount of views for your videos and stuff on the Saneauto Facebook page, because we have over 300 members there that are more than just our YouTube group. But like I said, if you want to discuss things with each other that not everybody hears or sees what you're talking about, do that on the Sane Enterprises page, because it's a little bit more private. It's more just us guys, you guys that are here in the live and everything, and have your own channels and that kind of stuff.
Okay, show Camaro Times 2 video. Don't show it, because you'll get in trouble. But
okay, where is videos?
Because I think that's what he wants you to do.
Awesome.
Lucky 7 Mud Mower. Hi, how you doing?
Let's see if we get in trouble. Let's hope we don't get kicked off of Google for this. You like the ad? Okay. Yeah, you think they think we like Toyotas?
I don't know.
I think they think we like Toyotas.
Know that?
What would make them think we like Toyotas?
I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna have to skip the second one. Pete, there's Pete.
Thank you, Lord. How's it going, everybody?
Pete, hi.
I do that too. I just look up there and say, "Thank you, Lord." Sometimes.
Can't be more pleased. That's a whole different topic, whole different scenario, whole different video, which we're going through right now. Today's video
Especially when good stuff happens.
Mail time.
Oh!
Uh-oh, I don't know what's going on here.
Look at how awesome his intro is.
Look at that.
Camaro Time is the king of editing.
Awesome.
Now, as I've mentioned in my videos in the past, mail time is always a great thing, because there's somebody taking the time out of their day, the time out of their life and everything to send you something. Doesn't matter if it's their channel related.
I think I might know what it is.
He sent me some great little souvenirs from Canada, a coffee mug, which I deeply appreciate the zipper pull, the little air blower, and all that good stuff. Really appreciate that. My buddy Billy Joe over at Z Outlaw SS, he sent me some cleaning products. Never go wrong with cleaning products to a car guy, right? And then my buddy over at Camaro Mods channel sent me and the wife and I, not me and I, the wife and I, 2 t-shirts with my channel name on it, which was very super thoughtful. I really appreciate that. Brian from Fab Automotive, he and his daughter sent me a drawing that she had done, and it's in the frame in my room in there, as promised. I really appreciate that. You know, I've got stuff before from another good buddy of mine, John, from Good Brother from New York, his channel. You really need to check it out. Really cool guy. He's a young guy. Got a long...
Yeah, our bandwidth is having a hard time with broadcasting and coming in at the same time. Welcome to, you know, Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah, it's pretty out there, but it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, there's not a lot of bandwidth.
And he sent me the bow tie delete for the front of it. I thought that was just super nice. This is just a few of the things that I've got over time. Saneauto sent me a couple stickers.
Wow.
A couple channel stickers and whatnot, and some stickers with my channel on it, which I thought was very thoughtful. You know, like I said, this is just a few things that I've gotten over time, and there are people thinking about you saying, here's, you know, keep up the great work. Oh, thank you, if you will, for lack of a better term.
You're very welcome.
And I appreciate each and every one of us. And brings us up to this. I've got one package today. Doesn't matter if it's a package, a note, a sticker, a thank you, a hi. Doesn't matter. I appreciate it all. And I already know what this is from the feel of it, number one. And from number two, I seen him when he got it on one of his live streams. So I already know what it is. And I'm going to open it with you guys. As you can see, it hasn't been opened yet. Well, still stuck shut. Open. I'm not going to show you the other side because it's got all the pertinent information. So let's get it open and I'll show you. All right, now I'm going to mush everything down just ever so slightly because I'm going to cut it on this end.
And thank you, Pete, for all your wonderful videos on how to edit with DaVinci. If you haven't noticed, he doesn't just have great edited videos, car shows and stuff like that. He also has great editing videos showing us all his tricks of how he makes those videos look so great. Very generous with his knowledge.
And my good buddy Richard Prandoni made me this very, very nice little pole. Keep it in your pocket, you just reach around there, grab the pole, and wham, it's out. If I spin it hard enough, I actually open it. But me being the crazy guy I am, I'm likely to cut myself, so I don't do that. Uh-oh. A couple extra things in here. Let's see what they are. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm glad I pushed all that stuff down because I would have cut something nice. Or a couple of something nice. I actually have, let's see, straight out of the pack. You just see me just take it out. 3 of them. Yeah, pieces of paper. Nope, not just pieces of paper. Look at these bad boys. Says Saneauto has his channel name on there, or one of his many channel names. YouTube logo, drool, don't lick.
That's Carol's idea. That's her do not touch my car postcards. Stick them on your car.
And it is. A lot of cool people get to go there and hang out. Bird over there taking a bath in the bird bath. I'm sorry. I got 3 of them. Look at that. I can actually put these in the window of my car whenever I go to the car show. Kind of like
That's exactly what they're for.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And then this is what I saw him have on me.
Look at that.
That's a great way of hiding that interest, isn't it? I told you he's the king of editing. He knows how to do this stuff.
That's so awesome.
All right. Let's see how it looks in person.
That was going to be my next question for Pete, was how to do little animations over the video because I'd like to be able to have like little cars or little
I'm old school, right?
tools or something dance across the screen.
Squeeze it, cup it. Is that nice rounded look which keeps the sun out of your eyes? See, that's old timers. We know what a cap is for. It's for keeping the sun out of your eye. It's not for, hey, how you doing? Or, what up, man? It ain't for that.
Yeah, you only do that if you're welding.
It's for keeping the flaming sun out of your eyes. Get this off here. I'll demonstrate.
And I mean welding exhaust overhead so that the slag doesn't go down the back of your neck into your shirt.
But this is what a trucker cap is for. Still a little tight. White cold, they're big headed. Put it on there, wear it like so. Right?
Looks
cool,
good.
looks nice, got the channeling on there. But when the sun gets in your eyes, pull it down a little bit. Keeps the sun from coming in your eyes. It serves a purpose. But that was super nice. Like I said, as soon as I seen I pulled it out of the box of stuff that he had received, he said, "Oh, we need to send out a Camaro time right there." Yeah. Thank you, Carol and Victor. I really, really appreciate everything. Like I said, I'm going to put these in my cars when I go to the car shows. I've almost got the black one where I'm going to start taking. I got the dash pad fixed and all that good stuff, which you've seen. So one, I'm going to keep one in the dash of that, and one in the red car, and I'll keep one in my room. Thank you. This will come in handy when I'm walking around there doing all these videos at the car show. But moral of the story, you have a YouTube channel, right? And you're looking to grow. You're looking for friendship, friendly people that are in the same interest as you. Even if you're not car guys, these people right here, Saneauto and Sane Enterprises. That's both of his channels. And then Carol's got a channel in there too. Carol Sane. They don't care. They'll talk about anything you want to talk about. Doesn't matter. They're there for support. It's a networking. You can meet so many great people through them. I have, and I've come a long way. When I first met them, I want to say 300 subscribers, maybe 300 subscribers. Now I'm scaring 4,000. And this is in just under a year.
And you deserve it.
Absolutely. You have earned it.
I would like to thank you for sticking around watching this video. Thank you for the hat. Thank you for the sounds. I will be wearing this. I will. Out there on them sunny horseshoe days. And until next time, I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by and watching. Get out there and enjoy those cars. And hopefully, I'll see you at the shows. If you do see me over there doing my thing, because I'm a very unobtrusive type of person. And I'll insert a couple clips now. And you can actually see, here I am doing my job, and nobody even sees me. I'm
Bottle
doing
Cap's
car
about to follow you on
doing this,
Facebook.
I'm doing that. I'm at these shows and everything. And
Yeah, I don't know what that's
I
about.
can almost take the car and put it in my
That's
pocket and
scary.
walk out with it. So that's what makes it cool.
Hello, Bottle Caps.
You see me? Come up and say hi. You will not disturb me. I will take all the time in the world to sit there and talk to you. So, another bird over the bird path. They love that dripper I made. So until next time, get out there and enjoy those cars, and we'll see you. Thank you so much.
You're awesome. Maritime
Thank you
is
so
awesome.
much, Tomorrow Time. This is why you have so many subscribers.
Matt,
always put some
MTG,
content out.
awesome. How you doing?
If you haven't checked it out, he also has an incredible garden, which this time of year he's updates us with some of the stuff.
There's Bottle Caps. All right, you can take it off of that one
Screen
now.
share. Yep, and we go to the next. I'm gonna
And put it
Bottle
on.
Caps. What's happening?
But
Well,
you
they
need
can
to-
hear
you
me.
need
I
to
don't know if
put-
they can
you
hear
need
you.
to put
I can
it
do the.
on,
You want? I can put you on. What is it called? The speakerphone. Okay. Here we are. You're on speakerphone now. You're on live. So yeah. Yes, you're on live.
So Camaro time needs a hard time.
Okay, just keep the language clean. We don't want to.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's a lady in the house.
Right.
Yeah. Hi.
There might be some more. We don't know how many people are listening.
Have you got it on speakerphone?
I do. Everybody can hear you. Everybody can hear you.
I think it's giving me a hard time. Uh-oh. This ought to be good. I have some questions for you down Southerners.
Y'all are listening to Bottle Caps in Canada. He is so far north. He's above where Carol's mama lives in Washington State.
Yep.
Oh, Carol's mom's my neighbor.
Yes, she
Yes,
sure
she
is.
is.
She sure is.
Oh,
So are my 2 sisters.
But even she's a Southerner compared to you.
okay. Well, I'm a West Coaster, I guess you could say.
Yep.
But yeah. So, anyways, to get my geographical area going here, you're in the Appalachians. Pete is in South Carolina or North Carolina?
North Carolina. That's about halfway up the Appalachians. We're in the southern tip of the Appalachians.
And then below South Carolina is Georgia, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Where we're at in North Georgia, which is the southern tip of the Appalachian Mountain.
Okay. Here's
chain.
my question: how close are you guys to Walton's Mountain?
To Walton's Mountain?
That's
you never
in
John
Virginia, I think.
Oh, that.
I think that was in Virginia, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
believe so.
It was up in the Virginia, West Virginia area, which would be 3 more states north of us, which is getting into the northern end of the Appalachian mountain chain.
Up towards Washington and that area.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it'd be Washington D.C. on this coast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now Pennsylvania, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
getting my geographical map because I've got so many great friends, all over the states, and the western states are easy to understand, but over on your side of the continent, there's so much crammed in such a small area. It's hard to.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with.
Well, you just have to worry about the best states. That would be Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. The rest of them don't count.
Yeah.
Unless you want a lot of money, and Virginia's got a lot of money.
Yeah, but that's because of coal mining and stuff.
No, that's in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Okay, there's a NASCAR race I was watching this morning. I was flipping around because it was Formula One this morning, and they were getting rain. Are you guys getting a lot of rain down there?
Not right now.
No, not these past few days. But when it does start raining,
Then we rust.
it's like a monsoon down here. It'll be like if you see those movies about Vietnam and they say it rained for like a month, that's us. That's what it does down here. We have like 4 monsoon seasons every year.
Oh, okay.
Where it just starts raining and it just doesn't stop.
Yeah, we had floods up where I work. Oh, guess what? My business cards got ordered on Friday, and my boss decided to put a title on my business card.
Oh.
It's got a wrap around the back of the business card to fit. I am a licensed sales professional and licensed sales professional and office manager.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fancy, ain't it?
Yeah, you're damn right that's fancy.
So while we're talking to bottle caps, y'all be thinking about the next question is on this North Carolina Charlotte Speedway. Who owned that track? Does anybody know who owned that track?
I do, but I don't know who.
I don't think he was alive then. It was 1949.
Hi, Fab. How you doing?
Hey, Fab Automotive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fab Automotive. He's on. Man, I think we've got a full house of hashtag Insane Friends here from the live calendar because Gregory Salvatore's here. He goes on at 9 p.m. right after we do.
Chopper's Rule. He's here.
Yep. Chopper's Rule is here. And he normally goes on at 6:30 p.m. He's going to be moving to a different time slot. We're going to let everybody know when that is. It's going to be on our Saneauto Facebook page, on our Sane Enterprises Facebook page, and everybody better be nice to Camaro Time because he is administrator of both of those pages.
Yeah.
and Fab Automotive Detailing is on at 9 p.m. He's here tonight.
He's taking tips for letting people on. I think that's the way it works now.
Yeah.
And Gregory just showed up.
Yep.
Gregory's here.
He'll be live at 9 p.m.
Yeah, I don't get around to enough of the car family, and I apologize to it. You guys, this YouTube thing is turning into a beast.
And our community is growing really fast. There's a lot more of us than there used to be, but there's a lot of old timers here that's been here with us since the beginning.
Yeah.
And you're one of them too.
Now, I'm wondering, when can we get you on a live show? Like next Sunday?
I very seldom. I don't think I've ever shown my ugly face on.
I know.
I can't remember. Maybe I was drunk and I did it. I don't know. But no, I never do the face thing that much.
Well,
I don't even do the face thing on Facebook.
Well, he's kind of on here now.
Yeah, but I'd like to be able to sit down and talk to him face to face.
Well, we're talking kind of face to face, Carol. You know, I can see you.
You get to see me. I don't get to see you. That's not fair.
Yeah, but you're pretty. I'm ugly. Everybody wants to look at Carol. And where the heck is that goddamn Greek?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen him all day.
Matt MPG is here too.
Yeah. Well, you know the Greek is out waxing his car.
Oh, yeah. Well, he has to. He lives in Michigan.
You're going to rub all the paint off your car. You know,
well, with that,
you can only polish a red Camaro so many times. And I know because I've worked on Camaros and GM puts the paint on really thin. And if you keep rubbing that stuff, it's all going to fall off. Yeah, GMs and Chryslers are the worst. They don't use any clear coat. Their base coat is thin. And if you get wet sanding and polishing on those things, you really got to be careful about the edges. You'll be staring at gray primer. I don't know if any of you guys get into the heavy polishing compounds. Up here on the coast, people's cars take a real kicking. And I got to get in with 1,500 grit paper and then McGuire's kind of a medium grit polish.
wow.
Yeah, y'all got all that problem with the roads icing and stuff and all that stuff that for the de-icing gets. You don't get that out there?
Here on the coast, we get 3 seasons. Last winter, the polar vortex hit us. And I'm 57, and that's the first time I ever knew cold.
Oh, wow.
We have fall, and then fall back to winter. Ask Carol's mom, she knows.
Yeah. Well, I was out there a little while where my mom lived. It's awful.
Yeah, she stayed out there with her for a while.
It just rained.
Yeah, where her mom is, it rains and rains and rains.
Yeah, okay, now I'll tell you a story about that. We're in a stage 4 drought, which I've never had. And we get Pineapple Express Hawaiian Punch all winter long from Hawaii. And it's warm and wet. And then we're back to spring. The last rain we had here on the coast was last November. And then we had the cold freeze over winter. And then winter ended. Spring was about 1 month. And then we hit summer. And it's been blistering hot since May. And my lawn has turned brown. Everything is dead around here. It's just unreal. I've never seen a drought before. You guys are getting all of our rain.
Well, back to one of the other things you mentioned with the Camaros and the paint coming off, especially the edges. I did want to point out that Camaro Time had a warning on one of his videos about the covers and stuff when you're outside. He pointed out one thing, and it's not just Camaros, but since you mentioned Camaros and the edge, wearing the paint off the edges, if you have a cover on there, if you're pulling the car on a trailer and you cover it, or if you leave them outside and it's covered and you got lots of wind and that cover's moving a lot, it'll polish all the paint or clear coat right off those sharp edges. And
if you buy a cheap car cover, I would worry about that. But when you go buy a car cover, don't look at how pretty the exterior is. Rip the package off, put your hand on the inside of the car cover and feel how soft it it should be like a flannel blanket. Flannel, like a nice, soft material. If you buy a cheap car cover, they're just plastic, they're garbage, and it will rub the paint clean off. But you can solve the problem, Pete. You could change your name to Mustang Time.
Well, because he went to the all Mustang car show recently and filmed. Did you see that video yet?
Because the clickbait, Pete's got me on this one. Like he's at a Ford place, the roof is going to fall in. But I got to watch that, Pete. Sorry, I haven't been around to watch that one yet, but I'll definitely watch it and leave 10 or 15 comments.
Well, and Gregory Salvatore's here too, and he just took his red Camaro and went racing, and so maybe he might have lost some paint doing that. It was going so blistering fast.
Yeah. But I've been a Ford guy. Most of the island I live on is Ford country.
Right. There's a nice Ford on the screen behind us right now.
Yeah, there you go. I just work on more Ford products, but over the years, it's all the Japanese stuff coming in the shop.
Well, you had a nice Firebird in there the other day, and you had a nice Jeep in there not too long ago.
Okay, the Jeep is mine. That's a shop project. And that black Camaro is one of my customers who had the car shipped out from New Brunswick. Master Mariner with BC Ferries, and he's an old cruise ship captain. And he had this car. He bought it brand new in '79, one owner. But he's tried to pass inspection here in British Columbia. We're the only province that humps inspection really hard on out of province or out of country cars that come here. So it keeps going in for an inspection over on the mainland. And I tell the customer, okay, you can't have an emergency brake cable sawing the exhaust system in half. It's going to fail. Until it comes back. And then I got to do the brake. And then the front springs were sagged right out, and he didn't like that, so I had to do the front springs while I was in there up the lower ball joints. It's just one thing after another with that car. It's going in on Thursday for another inspection. He'll probably be back in my shop by next weekend. Oh, by the way, this is Canada Day weekend. I better hump Canada.
Is it really? Well, happy Canada Day. I say that both. On July the 1st. Okay.
So tomorrow.
And we have ours on the 1st, and you guys have yours on the 4th.
Right.
I don't know why we don't in the middle and have it together.
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, we could all have a cookout.
That would be a great idea.
We could all have a cookout together.
And we could all be off the same day.
I've said this for years. Canada is a failed state. We're taxed to death up here.
Yeah.
I'm paying $10 a gallon for gas.
Woo! Goodness gracious.
Gracious.
Yeah, well, but there's still people around here that have got 4 barrels, and they're driving around with 4 trucks, the 460s and old 390s. And
Woo!
barrels.
Dang, that's expensive.
People are still pouring the gas into that stuff, right? And I said that just happened. But yeah, I think I've always wished America would invade Canada instead of yeah, because now it.
But y'all got better health care than we do.
And when we get in trouble, where are we going to run to and hide?
Yeah, I mean, when they start talking about the draft, where are our kids gonna go?
But if I were to say something,
Our kids went and signed up, so it's not that it's not gonna. They don't have to worry about it.
But in this country now, any kind of hate speech, you can go to jail.
Goodness gracious!
We don't have freedom of anything here.
Yeah.
The government took away all our. I'm even afraid to say the word. Our weapons. Everybody got cleaned out.
Man, that's horrible.
Yeah. Now imagine if the government came knocking on your door and said, "Give me your guns."
Yeah, that's a bad sign right there.
No,
that's a really bad sign.
That wouldn't work down here in the South.
We're already ashamed of the people that are buying into the rhetoric about voluntarily giving away their right to bear arms and actually fighting
a purse this weekend.
The rest of us
has
to try and give away their right. That's crazy.
In it for guns. So that taking our guns away, that would be the worst thing they could try.
I want to address Pete on this question here, or thing about flying drones. Do you remember the Chadwick Airport in England, and all the drones were shutting down the airport? So, Transport Canada, our FAA up here, they just licensed everybody. You go online, you answer 3 questions. If you get 2 of them right, they email you a driver's license for the drone. It's just a formality.
Yeah.
But DJI works DJing. But the Mavic I have, the federal government and the drone manufacturer work together, and we can't go near airports. There is a lot of good stuff, right?
We have a similar problem. We live across the street from an airport, so that's why. Yeah. You've got some really great drone videos, by the way, but I've had a drone for a while now, and I know some of the viewers were disappointed because we got the drone and it was big fanfare, and then we didn't really have a lot of drone shots in our videos, but we have a lot of debilitating rules about our drones here now, including I can't fly mine anywhere near my house because I'm so close to an airport, and I can't fly at any of the car shows we film because there's people there and we're not allowed to fly over people. And if that's not enough, there's a whole bunch more silly rules too. And now, like Camaro Time says, now they've passed this law that we have to have a license now, and part of getting that license is you've got to answer all these questions knowing that you know all the silly extra rules, which pretty much by the time you follow all the rules, you can't fly at all.
Camaro Time just fired up a thing here. He was watching Peter McKinnon. Okay, now I'll tell you a story about Peter McKinnon. When he started out, me and Peter were Facebook friends. We were YouTube friends. He had a couple thousand subs, and then he got famous, and he doesn't talk to us little people anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter's not a really good representation of Canada. He's more of an Ontario person. Pete, stop watching Peter McKinnon. Watch me more, because I'm West Coast Canada, and we don't mess around out here. We fly and film it. But yeah, Peter McKinnon, he when he got big, all the little people he stepped on. And he just used us to climb the social ladder.
I hate to stop you there, but I wanted to make an announcement on the questions. the who owned the track in North Carolina. Nobody's getting that one. I'm going to give that one away. It's Carl C. Allison owned that track in North Carolina. And the next question, Carl C. Allison.
He's the guy who owned the first NASCAR
track, which was at Charlotte Speedway. It's a 3/4 mile dirt track at the time. It's paved now. And Carl C. Allison doesn't own it anymore, but he owned it at the time when it was the first NASCAR track. The next question is, what year was it? What year was it when this was the first NASCAR track and Carl C. Allison owned it?
It was I don't know.
47.
You're close, but wrong.
I think it would be after the Second World War.
It is.
Yes, it was, because the Second World War ended in 45. So
yeah,
but it was definitely afterwards.
Yeah, because that's the car culture in the States is so. It's when Pete films.
Ding ding ding! Gregory got it.
Gregory
1949. Yay!
He sure did. Gregory Salvatore. Woohoo! He's going on screen share while we talk. Woohoo! And Gregory Salvatore is on live right after us at 9 o'clock.
I hate this. Jeez, don't I get a point for being close? I said 47.
Well, you get a thumbs up, but you can't see it because we're on screen share.
I'll take a thumbs up. That's better than a thumbs down.
Yeah. Gave you a thumbs up, but you can't see it because we're on screen share.
But if you watch any of my crappy videos and you want to push the thumbs down, feel free.
No, I like your stuff.
I should start making car videos.
I really like when you film birds.
The birds, okay. Yeah. Oh, Carol, I just filmed a whole bunch of eagles, and I got to go outside here in a little bit and film eagles again.
I think too. I want to take this moment as a teaching moment for those that are trying to grow their channels and stuff. I think you're on to something with the videos that have the birds and stuff. I think what makes them so great, and Pete at Camaro Time does the same thing too. You both end up doing a very artistic way of making the video be more like a story, and I think it's that story that is making those videos so great and so popular, and the channel grow so well.
Well, I don't know if my channel's growing so well, but I am now officially the social media giant of Texada. I just beat a friend of mine who has a gossip page on Facebook, and it had 1,968 members, and I spoke to her on Friday. I was over at Farmall Fanatics live show, and so I'm up to 2,000 and change now. So that's a big deal to me. I got into 2,000, right? But you have 2,000 supporters, and you launch a video, and 2 days later you might have 100 views.
Yeah. It's funny how that works. And congratulations on 2,000. Woohoo! Woo! But yeah, I mean it happens. I mean we're doing the live and thing every week, and sometimes we're gonna have a really great turnout like we do right now of not only a whole lot of people, but a whole lot of really great YouTube channels show up, and then sometimes you'll be on there and there'll only be 2 or 3 people show up. Yeah. But luckily for us, it's always been 2 or 3 really great people that are fun to hang out with. So that's saved us on those times when there's not a lot of people show up. So you gotta be prepared for that, and you gotta weather that. Sometimes you have a drought, sometimes you got a flood.
I think right now, being the summer months, everybody is out, like Pete, he's out working in his vegetable garden. I'm down in the shop slaving on the tire machine. We all live busy lives, and then we try,
yeah, because we all got to make money in order to do the YouTube thing, and the YouTube don't pay enough money to make a living at it. So we gotta live this double life.
But because if I try to put the dollar sign, all the great music I use, the videos would all be not good. So Gator the Legend told me a while back. He said, use the great music. Stop using that copyright-free stuff because it's garbage. And just use the good stuff. Take a slap on the wrist and use the great music to make your videos great. And Gator was exactly right. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, somebody else that had some really great growth on their channel was talking about that too. And they said a similar thing, but they did it like every 10th video or so. They would just forego the copyright-free music, and they would just give up the monetization on every 10th video so that they could use some really good copyrighted music, and they just let whoever had the copyright end up getting all the money for that video. And they were doing it like every 10th video, and it would give their channel a boost. But there is one caveat with that, I would say, and that is you're still taking a chance. 90% of the time they're going to want to take that monetization money for themselves for their music. But you could, if they don't do that, end up with a copyright strike. You can only get 3 copyright strikes and you lose your channel. So I would say
I've never gotten a copyright strike yet. I get a what's it called, a notice, and then
they start taking your money off of the video.
Well, I got no money, so somebody else is making the 5 pennies, not me. So.
Yeah, and that's about right. So you shouldn't really sweat it because you're like you said, it's like 5 pennies. Let them have it.
Yeah, and I got to use the great music on my channel. The
exactly.
Strawberry Moon video, the tune on that one. It worked so well with the moon, and I kind of hung heat hot for a couple of days, and I thought, what the heck, just use it, and it really worked well.
Well, speaking of strawberries, you recently had one that you were making a strawberry dessert on the video.
Yeah, that looked yummy.
And you had the music going and the lyrics going, and it was "Pour Some Sugar on Me," or that's not really the name of the song, but that's one of the lyrics.
That's the name of the song is "Pour Some Sugar on Me."
It is okay. Yeah, okay. And it went really well with that video, and again, it tells a story from beginning to the end of growing the strawberries. You started out with the strawberries were in the strawberry patch, and there were some ants there and stuff.
Oh, I'll tell you the story about the ants.
There you go.
I've got a strawberry raised bed, and I've got chicken wire on a frame.
Mm-hmm.
So when I lifted up the frame where the wood touched the ground, the ants moved in. So when I opened up the strawberry lid, and I'm setting up my camera, and I looked, and I went, holy crap, look at all those ants, and they're trying to hide their, I guess that's their babies.
They're babies. Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, well, what the heck, start filming these. And I'm right down there, and I got the tripod, and I'm down on my knees, and I have my arm on the wood of the raised strawberry bed, and I didn't realize that these ants, they're vicious little buggers.
Oh yeah.
And they started biting my arm, and then all of a sudden you'll notice the camera's going all over the place. And yeah, my whole left arm, the elbow, and halfway down my forearm, they injected some kind of ant poison. and I had a reaction, and I thought the skin was going to fall off my arm. And the next morning, it was all done. I rubbed some of that udder cream that the farmers use for udders on milking cows.
Yeah.
And when my hands get really bad in the shop and get all cracked, I use that udder cream. And the farmers use it on the cows' booties, right? And it keeps everything nice, and it heals up hard mechanical hands, right? But those ants did a number on me. My arm was on.
Well, I'm glad you included the ants in the video, because that's one of the most memorable parts of the video.
And I'm sorry
and that is
you
the
got
beginning
bit.
of the story. You know, all good stories have a beginning, middle, and an end. And I know that sounds simple, but you'd be amazed at how many times we all forget this when we're making videos, to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And that's like the beginning, and then and it just goes through the entire story of from the strawberry patch all the way to finished dish.
And I was hungry when I seen that.
Funny story about the strawberries.
Mm-hmm. Before you do, let me tell everybody what the next question is. The next question on our car trivia tonight is, who won that very first race in North Carolina?
I know, but I don't know who he is.
Okay, now you can tell us the rest of the strawberry story.
Okay, the end of the strawberry story is my nephews were here, and my nephews are 28 and 26, big young guys. So I said, boys, somebody's got to eat that slop. So the two boys just sat down. I had a couple strawberries and one of the Twinkies, and I tapped the bite. But my nephews ate it all. They cleaned it right up, and then they left. The next day, they're over here after work. One works on, he's a quartermaster on the ferry, and the other one is a welder mechanic down at the limestone pit. And they both got a hold of me. They ate all that stuff. When they got up in the morning, now how do I be politically correct about this? They ate themselves. And they were late for work. They had to have a shower, change their clothes.
Oh,
and they had the runs really bad after eating all that whipped cream I hosed on that thing. And probably the strawberries.
There's a bunch of sugar in that thing too.
Oh, but when they told me they're two brothers.
Sugar and whipped cream.
Sides of the island, and they both crapped themselves just before day shift started. I thought that was hilarious. And you think young men would be able to tighten up the old sphincter and make the toilet. You know, us old farts, we could do that, but these young guys, they couldn't do that, right? And I thought, oh, geez. And I said to the boys, I said, you know, I can remember when you were crapping yourselves all the time, so it's nothing you'd need. But that's the other part of the funny story of that. There's every one of our videos is chaos at the beginning and the end. You guys just see the finished product, but you never see all the chaos. I work with my nephews on a lot of the videos, and they're young and they're strong, and you can abuse them guys, and I can sit back and film it, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's pretty hilarious. I don't know if anybody ever remembers Lunatic Dad, but that's the same kind of chaos I live.
Yeah, I remember that. It's been a while, but yeah, I remember the Lunatic Dad stuff.
Yeah, hilarious. But I live it for real, so you know, it's comical. Actually, I should turn the camera on ourselves. We probably
speaking of abusing themselves with food, one of your videos had a seagull that liked to abuse himself with food.
That was a big piece of cake that went down that
That's one of those cakes you buy from the grocery store.
Yeah. Oh, that's even worse.
I know.
That's even worse.
That was abuse of seagull.
Yeah, he abused himself with that thing, man. That was crazy. If y'all haven't seen that, You should go over to
It
his
was
channel
like-
and see that.
Oh,
Do
oh,
you
it
remember
was
what the
hard.
name of that video is that you did with that?
Don't feed the birds.
Don't feed the birds. Yeah, check out the video. Don't feed the birds.
And there was a plot twist in that one. You
Yeah,
walked
there was a
away.
plot twist in that one too. That one, that's just one of the memorable scenes in the video. When you watch the whole video has a whole story. It just happens to include this seagull thing, and we don't want to give it away. We don't want to give the plot twist away, but
There was
yeah,
a
you
cat
gotta watch the
involved
whole
in that
video.
one too, I think.
yes, there was a cat
And
involved.
the best part of that video was my neighbor 2 houses over phoned me up, and he said, "There's a dead cat on the road, and the eagles are pulling its guts out."
Oh,
That's in that video. It's just a short clip.
TMI, TMI.
And I had my crappy old Samsung,
Mhm.
and I could have grabbed my good camera, but I just grabbed the cell phone, jumped a couple of fences, and I filmed a short clip of the eagle dragging the dead cat.
Oh, angry cat says, ah!
I did not realize it must be 20 feet of the guts inside of the cat.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But that eagle gave up and flew away, and then another eagle came down and snatched up the whole cat and took it up the tree and ate it.
Oh goodness gracious!
Yeah, if you have a small dog or
So
a small cat,
since everybody's having a hard time with this next question
Well,
of
they're
who
too
won,
interested in what everybody's
Yeah.
saying.
they're interested in the stories from the Canadian island.
You always pick such hard questions for
I know. I picked such hard questions. I should get easier questions. That's why I keep changing it up and getting a whole new format. I'm trying to find something that's easy but not too easy. So I'm gonna give this one away. It's who won was Jim Roper. He won the race. Bob Flock was the winner of the first poll. And the last not the last question. I have two questions at the end in case a couple of them were too hard.
Last question is
The fifth question is who was the first woman driver in NASCAR?
Me.
And
It was me. I did
and
it.
as a bonus, what year was it?
Oh,
The first woman
it wasn't,
in NASCAR.
Danica Kirkpatrick, was it?
No, it wasn't.
I liked her. She was hot. Yeah, she could drive my car any day. So who was the first female driver?
It was me.
No.
You are not that old.
It was.
You are not that old.
No. You were just a gleam in your father's eye back then.
I wasn't even.
Yeah, her father was probably a kid.
He was. Yeah, he was because
He was a kid, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably alive, but he was a kid. So this was actually
Yeah,
a lot further back
my
than you
dad
would
was
think.
born during World War II.
A lot further back. Oh, we're probably talking like.
Yeah, it's a
1940s.
very, very surprising.
Yeah, but look at the chat.
Not just who the first woman driver was, but how long ago it was. If you didn't play anymore, says Janet Guthrie. Nope, it's before Janet Guthrie even.
Well, Google got that one wrong.
So yeah, it is.
Okay, I've got a question. Who won the Formula One race this morning in Austria?
I will have no idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I was mowing the grass. I was in a race to get the grass mowed when everybody was
My
Formula One racing.
ex-husband used to watch Formula One. All I know is that Mike Schumacher was champion of Formula One for what, 6 years?
7.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched every single one of his races.
I
even
did
when he
too.
was racing
Not
for
because I wanted to.
I stopped watching NASCAR the day Dale Earnhardt died, and I couldn't take it anymore because I really like Dale Earnhardt. You know, great guy, just a damn great guy, and I loved his racing style, and then he got killed, and that just that just did me in. I couldn't watch NASCAR anymore. And I've been watching NASCAR since I was a kid. Richard Petty, all that. But when Dale bit the big one, I just didn't have the stomach to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always liked that Richard Petty too.
Yeah. You couldn't beat that. That was the good old boys, the good old days. And now it's all safety, and the cars are not real anymore. They build these two.
No, I mean that stuff I remember seeing Richard Petty in and stuff. There was still a lot of real car left. I mean, they changed out a lot of stuff, but not the way they do today. Today, there is not a single thing that is on your car that is on one of those cars. Not a single part.
Yeah. It's not stock car racing anymore.
Exactly. There's not a stock part on it.
Well, it's a tubular frame. What do they do? Put a Keith Black engine in it, or whoever else is building engines. Maybe the rear end. I bet you the rear end is still.
I bet you it's not. I bet you it's not. If there is anything stock about the rear end, it would be the housing alone. But I bet you the gears, the differential, the axles are all going to be like 4170 or billet steel, something like that. They're not going to be the original stuff. They're going to be a lot stronger metal.
Now in Formula One, they take that technology from the Formula One car and put it into the Ferrari. You're going to buy it.
Yeah, but you're going to pay a lot for it too.
Yeah, like anti-lock brakes. That's a Formula One invention, and now everybody's got anti-lock brakes.
And the shocks that they use too is now showing up in a lot of the stock vehicles. Those shocks where they have the magnetic shocks, and they have the steel in well, not steel, but they do have metal in the fluid in the shocks, and then using those electromagnets. And I should do some research before I start talking about this, because I sound like an idiot, because I know I haven't done enough research on it.
About the kinetic energy recovery system, KERS.
Oh, thank you.
Under braking, you generate electricity. I don't know how they do it. And then you can charge up your battery. Now that technology.
Well, that's the regen stuff. I'm talking about the shocks, so that the shocks will be stiffer on one side than they are on the other side, depending on which curve you dive in. Now that it's computer controlled, but the way it controls it is that instead of just having regular fluid in the shocks, they have a metal in the fluid, and then they have electromagnets there, and they can change the consistency of the fluid and the pressure inside the shocks.
Wasn't General Motors doing that a few years ago?
They were experimenting with it too, but I think it started on the Formula One racing circuit before anybody else was using it.
Probably. Because the only suspension on a Formula One is in the front end. The rear end of the car is pretty much a solid axle.
Mm-hmm.
But Pete is right. Formula E is boring.
Because it doesn't have any sound.
Camaro time is guessing Sarah.
Sarah, yes, Sarah is right. Sarah Christensen. She was the first woman.
Pete won.
Pete won again. Sarah Christensen was the first woman in NASCAR, and she was in that very first race, and she finished 14th in that very first race in North Carolina in 1949.
Awesome.
So
and if she didn't stop to powder her nose, she would have won the race.
Go figure.
She had to fix her lipstick. What are you talking about? Powder your nose.
Who was the first NASCAR champion?
Naturally.
Who was the first NASCAR champion?
First NASCAR champion. Oh God, that's a good one.
This was also way back in 1949. First NASCAR champion.
I haven't got a free cell phone, so I can't Google it. I'm chatting with you on one cell phone, and I'm watching.
Yes, that is perfectly
chat
acceptable, Camaro time. No one was guessing, and so no problem. You can break the you can bend the rules when it comes to that. If nobody's answering and stuff, I'm going to end up giving the answer away anyway. So
So
he's our
Camaro
number
time,
one
what-
administrator and our
right?
huh? Camaro time. If nobody's answered so long that Camaro time answers it, then that's official that it's been too long and it's time to move on to the next.
Camaro time and reviewing plan and more RPM.
Herb Thomas, I have it as Red Byron. According to my research, it was Red Byron was the first champ.
Byron.
Yeah, he was the first one to win the championship cup in NASCAR.
I don't know who that is.
And that comes from the
And
NASCAR
when
website.
I first saw that answer, I said Red Baron, and my mind automatically went to Snoopy.
And that's hilarious, Carol. I was just thinking Snoopy when I was thinking Red Baron, right?
Red Byron.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Victor, you made a video about taking a car on and off one of those little pole traders.
I sure did.
And you had Carol jacking up on one side of the car, and you were jacking the other. And Carol's jack slipped or something happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I almost crapped my pants, right? 'Cause I know when a jack picks out, you can eat the handle pretty quick. And yeah, she was okay, but that scared the jeebies down there.
Yeah, it happens. That's why, you know, in my repair videos, you'll see I always have those safety stands and shove those safety stands up underneath the car because, you know, back when I was like 16, 17, I guess was the first time Carol saw one of the jacks slip with me under the car, and she thought I was dead. And yeah, she thought that was the end of me. And she's just been on pins and needles ever since I was 16 or 17. And she saw that it was another one of those 72 Mercury Cougars that I was fixing up. And
Big old car.
yeah, big old car. Had a 351 Cleveland engine in it, and I was up under there working on it.
And the jack just started going like this.
Yeah, it and the whole car was swaying with it. She like grabbed me by the feet and was, get out of there. And we were in Atlanta at the time. We were still living in Atlanta.
I got him out from underneath there, and the thing went.
Yeah.
Pete was just talking about the lift in the shop. Happened on the lifts as well. Was that a 2-post lift, Pete, or was that a 4-post lift? Because I'm going to get a lift, and I'm going to get a 4-post lift. I don't.
Yeah, the 4 posts are safer, but it's harder. It's harder to do anything with front wheel drive on the 4 post. The 2 post is more convenient. It's quicker with front wheel drive, and you can do rear wheel drive as well. But the 4 post is safer, and you don't have to have as thick or as good a concrete with the 4 post. With the 2 post, you better have really good thick concrete. You better sink those anchors very deep.
Holy jeez, Pete! Like you didn't get hurt.
Okay.
Woo! Yeah, I've had a jack blow a seal before, but it wasn't a motorhome. And I've also had the pocket lifts, the little scissors lifts that we were using for brakes back in the late 80s. I was working at a place and they had one of those, and it had been in service for a long time. And I had just finished working on it, walked into the office, and one of the hoses blew out on it. And this was back when they didn't have the safety things where if a hose blows out, it catches on the safety thing. And man, I tell you what, the fluid went all over the place as that thing came slamming down. And yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I don't like them things. I don't like them. I don't want my baby sweetie underneath the car. I don't. No. Anything he can do on top of the car, I'm okay with. But
And I was
when
working
he
at
gets
a.
underneath the car, it makes me nervous, and I'm afraid.
I was working at a place in the north end of Chattanooga that we did a lot of exhaust work
one Victor.
and brake work.
I don't have a spare.
And the guys had a dump truck on the outside 4-post, and it was another one of those older 4-posts. And these idiots, long before I started working there, had done cut off all of the safety latches on all 4 of the posts.
Great.
Oh yeah. And so that dump truck sitting on it, and we had all been under it not 5 minutes before. The entire crew, because we had to make a decision on something that had to be done on it. And because of other mods that had previously been done to it during its service life, we couldn't do everything stock anymore unless we changed a whole lot of things that the customer didn't want to change back to stock again. So we had to make some decisions. So we were all looking at it and we were all discussing it. We made the decision of what was going to be done with it. And then we went to lunch and we ate lunch together in the office. We're in the office eating lunch together, and you could see it outside the front window because it was the outside lift. Dump truck still sitting on it, and it just went bam. And it had been like less than 5 minutes before when we were standing out there discussing what to do with it. It would have crushed us all. It would have wiped out the entire crew. It had the chains that went up, and as the double chains came together, they all attached to one single bolt on the ram, and that one single bolt finally gave way, and it just sucked all those chains, and the whole thing went down, bam, because there were no safety lights left anymore.
Unreal. Yeah, you don't mess with the safety stuff on
Anything.
You know, it's there for a reason.
Absolutely.
It's because stupid people do stupid things and they need extra security.
I was a paramedic for 30 years and I seen stupid stuff and families ruined and just stupidity. Drinking and driving. There's another one. People don't learn. Don't drink and drive.
What about when they're going down the road texting?
Yeah, my mother worked at Grady Hospital in the emergency room for a while.
I saw a man
she was a nurse for 30 years.
Going down the road shaving, looking in his rearview mirror shaving.
While driving.
While driving.
Well, that could be dangerous. Like you could nick yourself.
And women applying makeup. I mean, what
about when they're changing pants? They're going down the road and they're changing their pants.
I don't know.
That would be kind of hard to do that in a car while you're driving.
They do it.
It happens.
It's silly.
It's a thing.
I see one driving with. Oh God! Did you follow her around for a while, Pete?
It's ridiculous.
Hey, I've seen them go by the shop. I'll be going to take a test drive, and I'm looking, waiting for the traffic to go by, and one of them will go by just as fast as can be, and she'll have the phone in one hand and the makeup in the other hand, and be doing this with the makeup and holding the phone with the other hand, and I guess she's driving with her knee, and I'm trying to pull out of the parking lot to do a test drive, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I can barely drive with two hands on the wheel, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like, whoa, pay attention, Victor.
Yeah. Because if you're not paying attention, they're not.
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while, you just kind of lose attention and you got both hands on the wheel, and you still got to, correct yourself. Jeez.
Yeah. When you're driving a car, you're busy. You haven't got time to. And that's another beef I have. My nephew's got a brand new Ford truck, It's got more TV sets on the dashboard. As soon as you put it in reverse, there's cameras to watch. It's just cameras all over the damn vehicle.
Yeah.
And he's watching his dashboard and driving. And I'm like, get your head in the windshield. Oh God, I got that 72 GMC sitting out there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fire that old puppy up and put 4 new tires on it, clean the brakes up, and drive it that thing. I've had it with all these new vehicles.
Me, I want the heads-up display so that I won't even have to look at the look down at the instruments. I can look straight forward and still see, my speed and stuff without even having to take my eyes off the road.
I gotta buy this calibrating thing from Snap-on, and you know how much I'm going to get raped.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because it's
It is.
yeah, and it's for calibrating.
Oh, we're gonna cut.
Put a new windshield in. All these damn new cars have got all the sensors and cameras built into the glass now.
Oh no!
And I had to do Ford. It was a Ford something the other day, about a 3-year-old car, and there was 15 different windshields for that body.
Mm.
And I'm talking to
Good
my
grief.
glass guy, and I've got 15 windshields for that same hole. And he goes,
Wow.
yeah. He goes, it's all with the cameras and the sensors and everything's built into the glass now.
How
And you
much
gotta
does one of
calibrate
those cost?
I'm assuming they were all very expensive.
Oh yeah. I just turned the customer and I told him that. I said, head over to the mainland. I got a buddy that runs a shop in Powell River, and he's one of those body shops that's one of those Earl Schreiber kind of paint job shops, the franchise. And I think it's called Fix Auto. And he's got the windshields in stock, and just go over there. I'll slap a windshield in and we'll flip it up or something, no problem. But I'm just an old mechanic, and I don't want to get into all this calibrating a windshield. It just doesn't make any sense,
Yeah, when I get heads-up display, I just want the thing where you put the sticker on the existing windshield, and you have the little projector that mounts on the dash, and it projects it onto the special plastic that you stick onto the windshield. The simple, heads up.
I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or do the thing where you get the phone app and you mount the phone on the dash, and you plug the other thing into the OBD2 sensor, and you can have your display on your phone
I have to
right there in
go
front of your windshield.
And dish out our food for the week.
Okay, yeah. And we've got to go too, because we're cutting into Gregory Salvatore's time.
Oh no, Gregory.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
He's going live, and Camaro time's got to go. So
he's bailing ship.
yeah, we've been on live for way too long when Camaro time gives up on us.
Yeah.
So it's time for us to go. It's been
And
a
my
great Sane
soda's
Sunday
gone.
live. Yeah, she's running out of soda. And we've
It's
covered all
almost
of
a
the
tragedy.
trivia questions. So congratulations to our winners, Gregory Salvatore
great to
and
have you on
Camaro time.
tonight.
Yeah, it was great to have you here as a guest tonight. Bottle caps.
Oh, no big deal. No big deal.
And keep those
It's
those
always
wonderful
fun to
videos
talk to
coming.
our people, because we're all the same, right?
Oh yeah.
When I'm in other communities, I got to be a good boy and act appropriately and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, we got to put our shop mounts and our shop minds aside for a little while when we're on YouTube.
yeah.
But
You know,
you're always a good boy, baby.
Yeah. Well, because I was always the boss, and I always had to set the example, and I had the excuse. Well, except when earlier in life, when I was younger, and I was just another one of the guys in the shop. And then I was that weird guy. I was that weird guy that didn't drink.
I'm the old spot here.
Yeah. Well, I'm 51 now, so I've been at this for a while. But
I'm 57.
yeah, there you go. You got 6 years on me. But most of my guys on my crew were older than me too, anyway, so I'm used to it. But I was always, and before I was the boss, and this is one of the reasons why I had to start my own shop and be the manager, be the boss guy.
A room. It's
is
right
because-
there, and this is our room, and that's our room over there. We got a lot of rooms. Thanks.
All those years I was the boss, it was expected of me to be held to a higher standard and not smoke and not drink and not do all the cussing and stuff because I was the boss and I'm handling back and forth between the crew and the customers and stuff. And so it was a lot more comfortable for me. But when I wasn't the boss before, I was just the weirdo that didn't drink and didn't smoke. And here I was working in all these shops.
Yeah, you're just like in your younger days, you were spending all your money on Snap-on tools.
And so the only thing I could do is buy lots of tools and cuss to try to fit in.
Yeah.
And then later on, I had to clean up the language too. But it's all good. It's all good. I found my spot. It was owning the shop, and that was great. And then I got to be.
Is right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I should let you people go. So
yeah, we got to go.
Everybody can head over to Gregory's show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Carol needs a pop.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
needs another pop.
Yeah, it's gone.
All right. Y'all have a great night.
Well,
And you too.
yeah. I want to say good night to Carol.
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Well, it's only 5 minutes after 6 p.m. here, so
Oh.
I was going to go up and work at the tomato patch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Very good.
later on, don't let the bed bugs bite.
And Victor, it's Wednesday and Sunday your show, right?
Sunday right here on Saneauto at 7:30. Wednesday is on the Sane Enterprises channel at 7:30.
We talk about business over there.
Yep.
Okay. When you're doing, because I forget, I'm old. Send me a little reminder on the Facebook Messenger thing.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try to remember to do that, but I'm just as bad as you are about forgetting to.
Okay, well, Carol heard both of us, and she's a business executive, and she can remember stuff.
That's why I made them both at 7:30 at
Actually,
night, so I
have
wouldn't
an
have to remember two
assistant
different times.
Who remembers everything for me.
Yeah, she does. She has an assistant at work. And I used to have one too, and he was a great guy. Worked for me for over 8 years, but unfortunately, we were involuntarily having this contest to see who could have the most surgeries per year. And he would have one, and I would have one, and he would have one, and I would have one. And February the 1st was his last surgery. He didn't survive that, so we lost him. So.
Yeah, and
Good old
I
Phil.
told him he has to stop having surgeries. And so far, so good.
Yeah, I've been picking up lighter, smaller parts and trying not to
I
do any
look
whole
at him.
transmissions and stuff anymore.
If I think he's straightening himself, I make him stop.
Good girl, Carol.
Because I want the insides on the insides, not squishing out in big bumps.
I got a big bump too, Carol. It's just left of my belly button. I never got a hernia working in the shop, but when I went to work for ambulance and picking up many people.
Oh God, picking up people will kill you.
On the table 6 times in 30 years.
Yeah, my mother was a nurse for 30 years, and when she first got out of nursing school, I was a teenager, and she did Grady emergency room for a while down there in Atlanta, and she would also do home health care for the elderly people. And sometimes I would go to where she was working, and I'd go. It was my mom, and I was a teenage boy, so I'd go over there and hit her up for some money or something or whatever. And then she would always either give me some kind of errands, or she'd have me come over here and help her move somebody to change their bedding or whatever. And because they're constantly moving people. And so
well, when you're picking up an old transmission, you could just latch onto that thing and treat it rough. But when you're picking up a human being,
you got to be easy on them, but they don't have to be easy on you.
Oh, they're hard on you.
And therein lies the problem. And if they just move just wrong, you end up hurt.
I'm sorry. Bye-bye. I have to get the dinners ready for the week.
Yeah, she's got to do 5 days of dinners because we do the when I pick her up from work, we go straight to the gym and we eat on the way.
That's actually quite smart, but yeah. Okay, well, I'll hang up my phone here, and I'll say goodnight to everybody in the room if there's anybody. Did Pete bail too, or is Pete still here?
I think he might still be here. He might have already gone. There's only 3 people left, so better say our goodbyes quick, or there won't be nobody to say goodbye to.
Yeah. We've killed the audience off with our boredom. But okay. RPM is still here.
Awesome. Another Canadian. Woohoo!
Oh, I didn't know RPM was Canadian.
Yes, he sure is. He's way up north. He's got the other end of Canada tied down. You've got the other end of Canada tied down. We've got the southern United States. Dorito, Lucha Cabra, and Easy 2 Tech Tips and Tricks, etc. is over there in California. Quite a few other people in our communities in California. So we've got all 4 corners covered.
Yeah. And I'm up here in the northwest corner.
And a lot of people in between, like you were rattling them off over here on the East Coast, with Camaro Time in North Carolina, and Matt MPG was on here. He's a little bit further north here on the East Coast. So is Gregory Salvatore, who we're cutting into his lifetime now, and he's a little bit further north of us here on the East Coast. So we're getting it all covered up. And Chopper's Rule 1 was talking to us earlier, and he's all the way over in Australia. So we've got it covered all the way around the world there.
My
Next thing you know, we're just going to have connections everywhere.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yep. And when we're all really famous and we actually start making some YouTube money, we can start having little face-to-face meetups when we get to where we can all afford to buy plane tickets, and we can take turns having face-to-face meetups here, there, and everywhere.
Oh, you think we're all going to go Casey NASDAQ or something?
Yeah, who knows? I wouldn't rule it out.
If one of us becomes famous, which will probably be Camaro Time,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Whoever becomes famous has to drag the rest of us up.
Right. Well, I've been preaching that from the very beginning of this community, that we need to have a little bit of organization in the community where, and I mostly talk about this on Sane Enterprises channel because that's what it's for, where everybody that is, as far as your subscribership is concerned, where you're at 3 figures, needs to be watching out for everybody else that's at 3 figures and everybody else that's at 2 figures. And everybody that's at 2 figures needs to be watching out for everybody else that's 2 figures and everybody else that's 1 figure. Everybody's got somebody that's smaller than them that they need to watch out for and be bringing them up. And when we get to 4 figures, we need to watch out for the other 4-figure people and the other 3-figure people, because as we grow, we can't watch out for everybody. So we need to have this system of where we all watch out for the next one lower that's struggling, and try to keep bringing everybody up with us, so nobody gets left behind.
Who hit 3K? Yes. Oh, RPM hit 3K. Excellent.
Woohoo! Yeah.
I hit 2K on Friday.
That's awesome. It has been a banner week.
It's a nice feeling when you watch it click over.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And now one of the biggest growth hacks too, and I know it's not what everybody wants to hear, but one of the biggest growth hacks is the thing that will make your channel grow the best is one of the things I've been talking about with reviewing Playing in More RPM, your videos and Camaro Times videos, and I'm sure there's plenty of other examples in our community too, but it just happens that y'all are here right now, and y'all are 3 of really good examples of the fact that making great videos, the content in your videos, that will grow your channel better than anything else. And yes, it's true that if you make the best videos in the world and nobody sees them, you still won't grow. But if you make mediocre or crappy videos and everybody sees them, you still won't grow either. So making those videos with a story, like what you're doing with the ones that we were talking about earlier with the
strawberries.
Yeah, the strawberries, and the one with the seagull. And they had a story, and you could see the story play out, and the editing is great too. And Camaro Time has really great editing, and I've noticed that Reviewing and Playing in More RPM and I both have these like accidental stories, is what I like to call them. When we do a repair or an upgrade video, and he's doing it on computers, I'm doing it on cars, but the thing that works is the same thing. The one that makes those videos so great is the same thing. It is that you're kind of telling a story from beginning, middle, and end of here's a problem is the beginning of the story. Here's how you work on it is the middle of the story. And here's the fix. And that's the end of the story. And that ends up being a story, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Every time we fix something.
Is to keep your videos at 5 minutes or under.
Well, you can do that too. Now, you can do a 10-minute video as long as the story is thick enough to support that. You don't want to make a 5-minute story into a 10-minute video. And that just doesn't work. So yeah, you're better off if you don't have a 10-minute story, you're better off making a 5-minute or shorter video, like a song length, a length of one song.
Exactly. That's what I've been doing.
And that works great.
The video for the new ferry dock, that was I think that was a 10 or 12-minute long video.
Right.
And my view on that was audience retention or something. I think it was around 30%.
Yeah.
And if I make a 2-minute video.
See, that's another thing too. You mentioned audience retention. If you have, I have some videos that have audience retention that are a little over 4 minutes, and I noticed those do a lot better than the ones that I have that the audience retention is only like 1.5 minutes. And also, it's much more likely that it's a repair video that's like telling the story of the problem, how to do the repair, and here's the fix and everything, that whole story there, or a story about this guy's vehicle and how they found it, they restored it, and what they're doing with it today, and all that kind of stuff. Or
okay, when you
but if it has a story and that story keeps them watching the video for more than 4 minutes, then YouTube starts promoting it. YouTube will promote those videos that have a audience retention of over 4 minutes. But my videos that have an audience retention of less than 2 minutes, if I'm getting any traffic at all, it's coming from like it's been shared on this place or shared on that place, or because it's got a really good, I've done really good SEO work with the title and the tags and stuff like that. But once they get there, because it's not a great video, even though it's been SEO'd really well, it doesn't keep them very long. And so if you look in your analytics, you'll see that, yeah, it's getting traffic from search, but it's not getting traffic from being promoted in the sidebar by YouTube.
Yeah.
And the ones that have over 4 minutes of retention, they get a lot of traffic from being promoted in the sidebar by YouTube.
Yeah. 60% of my audience is not subscribed.
I've got over 80% of my watch time comes from people that are not subscribed, like 87%. So I have recently started putting, you can see a little subscribe button in the bottom right-hand corner of every one of my videos. I learned how to do that. I did that recently, and I made a video on the Sane Enterprises channel showing how to do that. And I'm hoping to correct that problem where 87, almost 90% of my views are coming from non-subscribed people. Maybe get some of those people to subscribe.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, it is really hard.
It's a guy he's changing a water pump on a Ford Escort. And,
yep.
And he comes across your water pump video. And that's organic growth.
And he gets what he wants, and then he never shows up at the channel ever again. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, it's a strange game. But I enjoy YouTube for you and Carol, for Pete.
Yeah.
I can go on and on. All the car people, even some of the makeup channels. There's a girl in Alabama. Her channel name is It's Always Summer, and she's right downtown Alabama. And she slops on the makeup, but we've become best of friends.
That's awesome.
And I watch all of her unboxing videos and makeup videos, and I make a bunch of corny comments. and she likes watching my videos, and but we've become really good friends. And Facebook is Facebook, but YouTube, it's real people.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about all this, interaction. It's, Victor's got a new video, gotta watch it. Pete's got a new video, gotta watch it. The goddamn Greek has got another 20-minute video polishing his goddamn Jeep again. And I keep making them jokes, you gotta rub the paint off that Chrysler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
but Dennis at Review and Playing and More. Dennis at Review and Playing and More says he's got 98% of his watch time is coming from non-subscribers. So I think it's the same problem. He's got how to fix this on the computer, how to fix that on the computer, and how to upgrade this on the computer. How to upgrade that.
You're dealing with Google and you're dealing with YouTube. And if you're getting 90%.
Well, he's fixing the physical computers instead of cars. He's fixing computers on his videos.
But computers are becoming a thing of the past.
And so that the people are going to probably the same where we do a car repair video. It's the guy has this specific computer and he wants to fix this specific problem. He goes to Dennis's video. He watches the video. One time he gets what he wants, and then he never comes back again.
Yeah, but then you have 1,000 of those people with the same problem watching.
So I think our repair videos get us a lot of watch time, and some of our other videos, well, for us it's the lives, and some of them are the car shows and the show cars and stuff like that. Go to our more appealing to our subscribers. And
like when you and Pete go to the local parking lot or Main Street USA,
right,
and everybody's got their cars parked, and it's a nice, pretty little town, pretty little Main Street. I love those videos.
Yeah, and I've got another one of those coming out pretty soon because I've just finished editing it, and it's going to go up probably Thursday at 1 o'clock.
Good. I love the guys who love their iron and they polish them, and they got the old stuff, and I watch it and I go, oh my God, I had a 72 Nova, and I wish I would have kept it. All the cars, right? In one of your videos, there was a 63 Plymouth Fury. It was a hardtop, and I had a 63 Plymouth Rag, and I sold that car. But
I think we talked about that in the comments on the video. You mentioned something about that in the comments.
You see some of the old iron, and it just brings back a flood of memories, right? I go, oh, I used to turn some wrench on that thing, It's good stuff. But I gotta let you go because it's gonna be 10 o'clock tonight, and I'm gonna be still BSing here.
All right.
So I want to say, everybody in the chat, all three of us.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for putting up with me. And give Carol a kiss from me. Go speak up on her.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you very much, and you
Okay.
have a good night.
Yeah,
I will go
my
sneak
phone
up on
and
it.
everybody in the chat, have a great night.
All right.
Okay, talk to you folks later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. It was awesome having everyone here, and it was great having Bottle Caps be our virtual guest on our show tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed that, and we got to talk of a lot of car stuff tonight on our show. And congratulations again to our winners of car trivia, which was Camaro Time and Gregory Salvatore. I'm sorry some of the other questions were just a little bit too hard for tonight. I hope the other entertainment was good enough to make up for it. And Sean Seals, welcome to the chat. He's late breaking news. He says Bowman just won, and he won his first race. Awesome. So thank you for the late breaking news, Sean. And so we're going to get off of here, and we'll be back again next Sunday live at 7:30. In the meantime, we have new videos coming out every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 10 a.m. California time. And we also, like I said, they're mostly repair videos right now, but we have another car show video coming out. It's going to be this Thursday because it's a little overdue. Wasn't this past weekend, but the weekend before that, but we filmed that car show, and a lot of people have been waiting for that video to come out. It will be the first in a series of videos from that car show. I don't know if I'm going to have 2 videos or 3 videos from that. It just depends on how much good, really good quality video I have when I'm going through the editing process. I'm not going to just patch together a third video of crappy stuff for y'all to endure. If it's not going to be a really good one, I'm just not going to make it. I'll just make 2. So, and otherwise, like I said, more repair videos. We're still doing all the fix up, getting the hybrid repaired and back up to par. So lots of videos coming out on that. And when we get done with that, we have some new parts for the Mach 1, the big bad Mach 1 from 72. We got some new parts for that. So probably in a couple weeks, something on that. And still got the 5.4 liter modular engine in the van. There's going to be some repair work on that, and it is one of those engines that it's bad about the spark plugs breaking off, so we'll see how that goes. Woo! And who knows, we might even have some more tool reviews. We have had some new tools here lately. So anyhow, till the next video, get off the couch and get dirty.
No, keep your hands clean.